Hey, we're back. Brian's going to tell us who he picked.
I chose Ellen.
Haven't seen each other since the date. We always hear both sides. Say hello to Ellen Schreier. Hi, Ellen. How are you?
Great, Chuck. How are
So
you?
now, Ellen, let me ask you something before we get started. I want to know what to expect here. You don't feel like disconnecting your phone or anything, do you?
Oh, no.
So you're in a good mood?
Oh, great.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. Well, tell me about the day, Brian.
So, you know, I met her at the place that she wanted to meet, and, you know, we kind of just met there. And we went
Now, what
to
did you
restaurant.
think when you saw her?
Well, I looked at her, you know, when I first walked in, she was definitely attractive. You know, she's an attractive woman, and, or girl, whatever. I prefer girls. I like younger. So, when I saw her, I thought she was attractive, but I kind of got the impression I like skinny girls, but not kind of on the, when I looked at her profile when I was first in, I thought she might have been kind of anorexic.
Ellen, what kind of first impression did he make?
Well, he burst through the door. It was like if he was in a movie, it would have been dry ice behind him, like the disco look. And he just came in. And
Dry ice? The smoke gun coming out, Brian's coming through the door. Well, I don't know whether it's true or not, but it is funny.
And he just came bursting through the door, and no one was remotely single except for me. And I had a lollipop in my mouth, and I told him I'd have a lollipop. And so there's no way of getting around it, but he had a video camera with him, and he was just surveying the whole place. And then he goes, to no one in particular, there she is, that's her, that's got to be her. And I'm all, oh my God, no, I just wanted to run.
So you were
So
embarrassed. She's embarrassed.
That was my goal.
Yeah.
And, no, it wasn't my goal. But, you know, I wanted to have the camera there for the, you know, the
You think it was funny
mother-father
the way she
thing.
described you coming in the doors, though?
Well, yeah, but you know, when I walked in, she was sucking on a lollipop, so I kind of was like, you know, yeah, I don't know.
Well, so now where did you go?
Well, we went over to the restaurant, and, you know, that I chose, you know, I thought it was a very nice restaurant. I've been there before, and so I went in. I couldn't get her to eat. Not eat, I couldn't get her to order. And, you know, it was like she wouldn't even order a salad.
Were you not hungry, Ellen?
No, I didn't understand anything on the menu, but I ordered, and then he just kind of forced food on me. He just ordered.
Are you not a big eater?
No.
You're not a big eater, yeah. Now, anything stand out about his behavior over dinner? I mean, anything that he did to, I don't know, do you remember?
Well, he pinched the waiter's butt for one thing. He was hitting on the waiter the whole time.
I'll tell you what happened for real. The guy, I was eating dinner. You know, when you're eating dinner, you don't want somebody's butt in your face, and it was right here. So I'm thinking, I'm in the joking kind of mood. I always am. So I went, and stuck him right in the butt. He turned around and he goes, ooh, and he was all surprised, and I go, she does that everywhere we go. And then I was blaming it on her. She didn't like it. She moved around to the other side of the table. I don't know why.
So now what happens?
Well, I suggested by the end of the meal that we go dancing. And, you know, we both worked all week and stuff, but, you know, when it comes to the weekend, I like to go out, you know, and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, let's go dancing. And she didn't really want to do it, and I didn't really want to make her, so I just kind of talked her into it. I just kept pushing for it.
So it's kind of like eating. You don't really want to dance either, do you? But
No,
you're not a big dancer?
No, I am, actually, but I just worked the whole week, and then he was so exhausting on top of that. It was like having 2 jobs. So by the time I was done with him, I didn't want to go anywhere. It was tiring.
So it's tiring. I guess you were a little too much for her to handle.
Probably.
So you did go dancing?
Yeah, we went dancing, but, you know, we got to the club and stuff, and outside, you know, I had to change clothes because I thought we went to a nice restaurant, so I was kind of dressed. So I wanted to get in something like this, and it was... Right. So we went into a club, and we went in there and just played some pool for a while. Neither of us were playing pool very well. So then we just went to... She didn't like the dancing. She didn't like the music. That's the impression I got from her. But I think
how
it was
did he
'cause
look
she
to you
was
when he
tired.
changed, Ellen? He's changed out of this, I guess he had a suit or something on.
Yeah, he had a nice tie-in shirt on, and then he changed in the parking lot. And he put on this shirt, kind of like the one he has now, but more raggedy on the sleeves. And a big tank top, and then he messed up his hair, so it looked like he had a big octopus on his head, like all these tentacles were hanging out. And he kind of looked goofy.
Chuck, come on now.
So you're not having any fun in the club either?
We went into the club, and, you know, like I said, we played pool for a while, but it got to the end of the night, and I was kind of like, well, you know, I know she wanted to go home. And, you know, I'm kind of glad we drove separate cars, you know, which was her idea, which was good. You know, she went with her instincts, and that was fine. And so I kind of suggested, and she kind of suggested to me, you know, I think we better get going. And we went outside. You know, it was both of our ideas, and I went outside with her. You know, I didn't kiss her goodnight or anything because it didn't, you know, I didn't feel that there was a connection or anything. And I just left it at that, and
Okay, let's take a look and see who the audience picked for you. Teresa, 54%, the first one. How do you feel about that?
What the heck?
You like to do that?
If it didn't work with Ellen, let's try it with somebody else.
Okay, great. And Ellen, gee, it was really nice to have you on the show. Did you come all the way up from San Diego?
Sure did.
Well, bless your heart. Thank you for doing that. Nice having you with us. Okay. And Brian, good luck with Teresa.
Thank you very much.
We're going to come right back with another guest right after this. Stay with us. Our next guest has agreed to let our audience decide who he should go out with. We're going to meet him right now. He says he'll never take a date to the petting zoo again, ever. And he rates himself a 3 on a scale from 1 to 10. He says that 10 years ago he found a great place to meet women, but he's not always 100% comfortable there. Please welcome Bruce Pion. Hi, Bruce. How are you? Nice to see you. You look like you just lifted about 4 refrigerators there, Bruce, and you can't put them down.
Yeah.
Been meeting women for the last 10 years. Where is this place?
Well, it's at a new chili cook-off in the San Bernardino Mountains. And I go about twice a year.
Right. So is this twice a year they have this chili cook-off, and twice a year you meet these women there with pinto beans?
Yeah, with
stuff?
pinto beans and no clothes on. You know, they're just
No clothes on?
Yeah, they're naked. That's why they call it a new chili cook-off.
Oh, I thought you said a new chili cook-off.
No, nude, like in.
That sounds
buff.
dangerous.
Well, if you get a little too close to the pot, it could be when you're cooking.
Why do you rate yourself a 3?
Well,
Why? I mean, because look, you're a reasonably good-looking guy. You certainly obviously work out. You stay in good shape. What's wrong with you?
well, I gotta go. I don't know. It's just one of those. You're in just like the stock market. You're doing well one time, and then all of a sudden the stock market crashes. Well, I'm in the recession. I'm in the crash. I'm in the dumper here.
The bears have moved in.
Yeah, I'm the cellar.
Okay.
I've been traded like in Seiko.
You need to stop telling people you go to a nude chili cook-off. That may be a good opener for you right there.
Yeah, so to speak.
We're going to show you portions of the videotapes that Bruce saw. Now, remember, he agreed to let the audience choose his date, so watch carefully. Whoever you choose, that's who he's going to go out with, okay? First, Jan, she dates about 2 or 3 times a week, and she's turned off by men who are short, bald, or fat. She believes that men like her laugh, her figure, and the way that she dances, her phone voice, and her sensitivity and sensuality. Here's more.
I have adopted the Zen approach to dating, no expectations ahead of time, i.e. no disappointments. And I just take it as it comes. Hopefully we'll like each other. But when you're meeting someone blind, you know, it's kind of a crapshoot.
All right, next, Gloria. She wants a man who's marriage-minded. She believes that some men think she's unapproachable because of her quiet nature. She's very health and nutrition conscious. There's one place Gloria doesn't like to be bothered by men.
Usually, if I go to a law library, I'm there to study. I'm busy, I'm doing my thing, and oftentimes people try to connect with me at these times. And at that point, I am unattainable.
Okay, finally, Victoria, she dates maybe once a month. She admits that it's hard for her to find a man who can hold her interest for any length of time. And Victoria told us that she meets a lot of men at courthouses, but she's afraid to date them, and here's why.
I mean, everybody passes through those hallways. People have to come pay tickets, and yeah, you're standing in line. Never dated anybody from court because you just never know if they're an axe murderer or not, but I mean, that's an unusual place.
Okie dokie. There's Bruce and his 3 choices, and whoever you think he should go out with, that's who you're going to pick right now. Would you like to take a look and see who you're going to go out with?
Yeah, please.
Let's do that. Victoria, 52%. Victoria, come back here and tell us about your date with her. Meantime, I'll tell you that that's our show for today. We'll be back next time with more singles trying to make a love connection. I'm Chuck Woolery, and I hope all your dates are good ones. Bye-bye, everybody.